What if I told you that the key to understanding the last days is hidden in an ancient tree? A mysterious olive tree planted over 4,000 years ago, whose roots penetrate deeply into the soil of eternity, and whose branches extend to our present and beyond. Welcome to Roots of the Apocalypse, unveiling Romans 11. Prepare to have your prophetic understanding completely transformed and to see Israel, the church, and the last days under a totally new light that will change everything you thought you knew. The Apostle Paul uses one of the most powerful metaphors in all Scripture in Romans 11, the cultivated olive tree. The root represents the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The natural branches are Israel, chosen from the beginning. The grafted branches are us, Gentile believers, miraculously inserted. The crucial point many missed: we don't replace the natural branches. We were grafted in among them, together with them, participating in the same root, drinking from the same spiritual sap that has always flowed through this sacred tree of divine covenant and eternal promises. For almost 2,000 years, a devastating doctrine infiltrated Christian theology, replacement theology. It claims the church replaced Israel and that God rejected his chosen people. The consequences were catastrophic: persecutions, crusades against Jews, and the climate that allowed the Holocaust. But Paul confronts this directly in Romans 11, 21-22. Did God reject his people? By no means. God's gifts and his call are irrevocable. The church doesn't replace Israel. We are grafted in together with Israel into the same promises of the same faithful covenant-keeping God. The natural branches, Israel, possess incomparable glory, recipients of the law at Sinai, guardians of God's oracles, lineage of the Messiah. Romans 11:25 explains the current situation. Israel has experienced a hardening, in part until the full number of Gentiles comes in. But Romans 11:26 promises future restoration, and in this way all Israel will be saved. These branches will be grafted back in with even greater power, for they're connected to the original root. Israel's story hasn't ended. The best chapter is still coming before our eyes. History isn't random, it's God's plan unfolding. The covenant thread begins with Abraham. I will make you a great nation, and all will be blessed. Confirmed with Isaac and Jacob, formalized with Moses, promised through David, prophesied by the prophets, dispersion and restoration. And in 1948, the impossible. After 2,000 years of exile, Israel resurges as a nation. A dead language revives. A scattered people reunites. This is Romans 11 happening in real time. It's Ezekiel 37 fulfilled, literally before our eyes in this generation. Romans 11:25 reveals a profound mystery. Israel has experienced a hardening, in part, until the full number of the Gentiles has come in. Why? First, to open salvation to Gentiles. Romans 11:11 says through their transgression, salvation came to Gentiles. Second, to provoke Israel to spiritual jealousy. Third, to demonstrate God's unsearchable wisdom. This hardening isn't final punishment, it's redemptive strategy. It's a pause in the divine plan, not a period. And all prophetic evidence indicates this pause is rapidly coming to an end right now. The year 1948 marks a monumental prophetic moment. Israel's independence fulfills Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones coming back to life. In 1967, Jerusalem's reunification fulfills Luke 21:24, about the end of Gentile times. Since the 2000s, the Israeli desert literally blooms as Isaiah 35:1 prophesied. And presently, Messianic Judaism grows explosively, Jews recognizing Yeshua as Messiah, from 0 congregations in 1948 to hundreds today. Every headline about Israel isn't just news, it's prophecy fulfilled before our eyes in this very generation. Romans 11:17 reveals our identity. If some branches were broken off and you, a wild olive shoot, were grafted in among them, you now share in the nourishing sap from the root. Crucial truths: we are grafted, not natural. We share the root, we don't replace it. We receive sap. All spiritual richness comes from Israel. We depend on the tree, not the other way around. Paul warns in verse 18, "Do not consider yourself superior to those branches, for you do not support the root, but the root supports you." This should produce profound humility. The church didn't start from nothing at Pentecost. It is a continuation of the work begun with Abraham and Israel. Our heritage includes Old Testament scriptures are ours too. Abraham is our father in faith, according to Romans 4:16. We share in messianic promises. Our hope is the prophesied restoration. The Messiah Jesus is Jewish, the Lion of Judah. Ephesians 2:12-13 summarizes, "We were foreigners to the covenants of promise, but now have been brought near by the blood of Christ." We don't reject the Jewish trunk, we celebrate our inclusion with overflowing gratitude. Romans 11:19-22 brings solemn warning. Branches were broken off so I could be grafted in. Granted, but do not be arrogant, fear. If God didn't spare the natural branches, He won't spare you either. Vital lessons: we're not superior, we're here by pure grace. We can be cut off, unbelief threatens us too. We must fear reverently. We stand by living faith, not presumption. Church history is stained by anti-Semitism resulting from ignoring Romans 11. We won't repeat that terrible mistake. Humility and love must characterize our posture toward the Jewish people. Romans 11:25 mentions until the full number of the Gentiles has come in. What does this mean? It's the complete number of Gentiles God predestined to save. A prophetic milestone that precedes Israel's full restoration. Signs: we're close. Global evangelization fulfilling Matthew 24:14. Technology enabling worldwide reach, never before possible. Explosive church growth in the global south. Israel restored and central in world news. When this number completes, divine focus returns intensely to Israel. We're living in this crucial prophetic transition right now, in real time. Romans 11:26-27 promises, "And in this way all Israel will be saved. The deliverer will come from Zion." Signs of spiritual awakening, spectacular growth of Messianic Judaism, from nearly zero to hundreds of thousands of Jewish believers, increasing interest in Yeshua, even among Orthodox Jews. Physical restoration of Israel, preceding spiritual restoration, according to Ezekiel 37. Open debates about the Messiah, unthinkable generations ago. Zechariah 12:10 predicts, "They will look on me, the one they pierced, and mourn." The greatest revival in history is coming and will begin in Israel. Current global events align perfectly with Romans 11 and related prophecies. Israel surrounded by enemies fulfills Zechariah 12:2-3. Jerusalem as central global issue, exactly as predicted. Rising anti-Semitism preparing tribulation scenario. Unlikely political alliances from Ezekiel 38-39 forming technology enabling mark of the beast control from Revelation 13. Celestial signs and earthquakes according to Matthew 24. Romans 11 isn't just abstract theology. It's the interpretive key for understanding today's news and daily geopolitical events unfolding before our eyes worldwide. God's ultimate goal isn't Israel or the church separately. It's Israel and the church united. Romans 11:26 promises all Israel will be saved. John 10:16 declares, "There shall be one flock and one shepherd." Ephesians 2:14 affirms Christ has made both groups one. Revelation 21 describes New Jerusalem, city of all the redeemed together. Our practical response: intercede for Israel according to Psalm 122-6. Practical support as we are debtors. Combat anti-Semitism, applying Genesis 12-3. Teach Romans 11, prepare for the kingdom. The divine tapestry is almost complete and absolutely magnificent. You're not just watching history, you're part of it. Your calling. Study Romans 11 deeply. Let it transform your worldview completely. Pray faithfully for Israel and the church. Both are crucial in the plan. Share this message urgently. Many need to hear. Live with real prophetic expectation. Jesus is returning. Actively bless Israel. Genesis 12-3 is promise and command. Romans 11:33 concludes, "Oh, the depth of the riches of God's wisdom, how unsearchable His judgments. The roots of the apocalypse reveal God's glorious purpose, and you have a role in this."